Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Today I'm going to be going over the end of Windows 10 and what this means for all of you. A lot of you have asked me to cover the fact that Windows 10 is no longer going to be receiving updates, and this is something that's been difficult for me to come up with an angle of coverage on. How am I going to go over this? What are my asks going to be? And one of the things that I love about this channel and hate about this channel is that companies never stop providing me with content. I would like nothing more than for this YouTube channel to be nothing but a 24/7 stream of koi fish and every now and then a shot of Mr. Clinton and BlackBerry. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So when we're talking about Windows 10, this is an operating system that was Microsoft's recovery, and the way I would say it, from Windows 8. So Microsoft usually has this tick-tock cycle where they'll release something that's garbage and something that's good. So you have ME, tick, XP, tock. Vista, tick, 7, tock. 8, tick, 10, tock. And Windows 11 is the tick in more ways than one. I actually didn't intend for that pun. That just kind of came out that way. Windows 11 requires that you buy new hardware. Windows 11 is annoyingly buggy. Windows 11 has a lot of nonsensical spyware built into the operating system. My assistant has a computer that has Windows 11 on it. I turn on the start menu, and this is not a free operating system that's using the professional version. It was paid for, and it just starts advertising me shit and showing me things that I never asked for. It's a garbage operating system in many ways, and a lot of people have not updated to it. They've stayed on Windows 10 because as bad as Windows 10 may be, it is better than Windows 11. The problem is that Windows 10 is now 10 years old. And because it's 10 years old, it's not going to be getting updates anymore. And this is something that was difficult for me to figure out an angle of coverage on for all of you. Where am I supposed to go over with this? Am I supposed to say that 10 years is not enough updates for something that you paid $75 for? Am I supposed to go over this and say Microsoft has made enough money, they should be giving you updates for until now, until the end of time? Am I supposed to go over how this is irresponsible from a security perspective? Because hundreds of millions of users are using this operating system that is not going to get security updates, meaning that hundreds of millions of people are now opening themselves up to being hacked. I couldn't find the angle that resonated with me to the point where I felt excited to turn on my camera. Luckily, Microsoft has come along and given me inspiration to do this video and provided me with what I need to demonstrate, as always, how American companies love fucking over the American consumer. And there's no better example than I can think of with what Microsoft has done recently. Microsoft gives EU users free access to its extra year of Windows 10 security updates. EU users won't need to use Microsoft's cloud to receive security updates. Microsoft has confirmed that it will offer free access to Windows 10 Extended Support Updates program to users within the European Economic Area. This will give remaining Windows 10 users in the area another year to think about upgrading to Windows 11 or move to another operating system. Following complaints from Euro consumers and so on and so forth, the article goes on. The point of the matter is this. I want you to imagine that you're going out with a guy. He seems like, your parents say he's a little bit of a deadbeat, but you see potential in the guy. You help him pay his rent, you help tutor him so that he can pass college, and then you learn 6 months into the relationship that the entire time he was cheating on you with the barista at Starbucks that hasn't done jack shit for him. Imagine you're going out with a girl. And 6, 8 months in, she says, I don't do that until after marriage. And then you realize that half of your graduating class smashed on the first date, but you had to wait. Clippy, no simpy. I joke when I say this. I usually pin one of those sex bot comments that YouTube has not removed 4 years into the platform, even though they all use the same damn username and avatar. What do I post every single time? Clippy, no simpy. It's a joke. It's supposed to be a joke. My way of pushing back against the fact that this platform, this company that makes over $70 billion a year, that claims to care about keeping its platform safe, can get rid of sex bots that use the exact same avatar on every single post. But it's not a joke. It's a call to hold yourself to a standard, and a consistent standard. People don't like paying more to get worse. If you're a United States taxpayer, you give 1/3 of your income or more every single week to your government. And then you have to listen to your government complain and talk about how the EU treats American companies so unfairly. The European Union is very, very nasty. They sue our companies. And one of the things that I notice from this entire scenario is that what the EU does to American companies is not 10% as bad as what American companies do to American consumers. You're an American taxpayer. You give 1/3 of your paycheck every single week to your government. And Microsoft is here saying we are going to treat people in a faraway country that have never paid taxes in the United States better than we treat our own citizens. Right now, you live in a country where you can be removed of your 7th Amendment rights when you open a supplement can. You can't return it because you broke the plastic on the outside, but you can't open it because if you open it, you are agreeing to forced arbitration. You're agreeing to take away your 7th Amendment rights to a trial by jury if that company has wronged you. We don't have rights. Our government doesn't defend ours. And it's one thing if our government is not going to defend our rights. But I don't like when American companies go out of their way to start treating people in other countries better than they treat us. And we're not talking about regional pricing here. I'm not talking about a company that provides their documentaries slightly cheaper to customers in Southeast Asia than to people in America. I'm talking about people in America that paid for their computer, that did not pirate Windows, that paid for everything legitimately, getting hacked because they don't get security updates, while people in the EU have a completely secure computing experience. That's ridiculous. Free for them. Paid for you if you're a company. And in the United States, you have to buy a new computer because Windows 11 won't work with your old hardware, even though your old hardware can encode and play back 4K video in real time and do everything you need it to. In the EU, they can keep using their 10-year-old computer. It just works just fine. You? Buy another one. This is the thing that should bother you. It shouldn't even be just about the poor treatment that you receive. It should be about the poor treatment that you receive, while the same people that treat you like shit treat everybody else that doesn't do jack shit for them like gold. How many taxes have EU citizens paid in the United States? Why is my government going to bat for the companies that are fucking me rather than to me as an American citizen? I don't have to look at this and think about how long a company should have to give updates for. I don't have to go through this little prism and have a philosophical conversation on how high your market cap has to be before I can ask you to provide updates to people. How many people have to have this operating system on their computer? Is it 80 million, 40 million, 1 million? I don't have to go through all of that. You've made it very easy for me to create a very simple ask based on simple principles. Treat me, at the very least, as well as you treat citizens of other countries that are not taxpayers in your home country. That shouldn't be that much to ask. And honestly, I'm hoping that things like this wake American consumers up to the fact that companies in their own country do not treat consumers in other countries as poorly as they treat consumers in the United States. The only reason that they treat consumers bad in the United States is that we do not advocate for ourselves and we tolerate it. We put up with the shit, and when they fuck us over, we even defend it. Read comment sections when people go over these issues. There's always somebody there saying how we're the idiots because you chose to buy wrong, or you shouldn't be complaining about this, that, or the other. In other countries, they don't do that shit. They stick together. I ain't putting up with this shit. Fuck you. And if you want to treat me that way, fine. Go find some other country to sell your bullshit in. I think that American consumers have to decide. Come together and make a decision. Clippy, no, simpy. Do not help the man that you're dating with his homework and paying his rent if he's banging the barista. And if somebody had sex with half your graduating class on the first date, I don't know, maybe waiting a year just for you. There might be something else going on there that you want to look into. Advocate for yourself in every area of your life. But most importantly, and most especially, with the primary operating system that's installed on your computer. Because if you don't have security updates, that's very bad. If you think this is bullshit, I would highly suggest that you check out fulu.org/take-action. Tell Microsoft extend support for Windows 10. Add your name to the petition. Dear Satya Nadella, it was encouraging to see Microsoft do the right thing by extending free security updates with no strings attached to consumers in the European Economic Area. However, the step does not go nearly far enough to ensure that the estimated 400 million computers that do not meet Windows 11 hardware requirements will not become cybersecurity vulnerabilities, putting people's privacy and data at risk. There should be no reason that European consumers are protected while those around the world, particularly those in Microsoft's home country, remain insecure. Do the right thing and extend free, unconditional security updates for consumers around the globe. Clippy, no simpy. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.
We also have the duty not to infringe the IP rights in the process. It is in fact the manufacturers who have the relevant rights, not consumers.